And now broadcasting from the Ginger and Baker Studio in the heart of the Music District in beautiful Old Town, Fort Collins, Colorado. It's Live at Lunch here on KRFC 88.9 FM, streaming live on krfcfm.org. We'd like to welcome and say thank you to our special show sponsor today, Breeze Through Car Wash. And I'm your host, David V. Today's musical guest is Johnny and the Mongrels.
Well, I met this cat named Sim McGee down in a booth on Freshman Street. We got to jamming and carrying on. Became fast friends before too long. He said, Johnny, I lived a hard knock life, but I love my time against my wife. You ask me, brother, what is really true? There's just one thing you got to do. You got to be funky, funky from the top to the bottom. Get a girl that's funky too, sweating like a fool 'cause she got 'em. Oh yeah. Just be funky, brother, funky from one side to the other. Get a girl that's funky too, shaking what you got from my mama. I said, damn, son, that's some good advice. You ain't got to tell me twice. See, I dealt the cards and I rolled the dice, yeah. And I always paid a heavy price. Now Sim said you understand. There's more to life than sifting sand. You need to get a woman to take her arm. Show a woman tender charm. And then funky, funky from the top to the bottom. Get a girl that's funky too. You be sweating like a fool 'cause you got 'em. Love, just be funky, brother. Funky, funky, funky from one side to the other. My girl is funky too, shaking what you got from my mama. Well, babe. Up, y'all. You know, I had such a good time hanging down on Freshman Street with Mr. Slim McGee all day. And as that fella kept talking to me, his voice had started to turn into music. And it sounded a little something like this. Thank you for the advice. Well, I left that hall with the biggest smile. Got some wisdom for any tribe. See, to live with funk is to be free. Child, look how good your life can be. I met this cat named Sim McGee, yeah. Wiser than a big oak tree. right in front of me. I got to be funky, funky from the top to the bottom. I got a girl that's funky too. I'm smiling like a fool 'cause she got 'em, she got 'em. Well, just be funky, brother, funky from one side to the other. My girl is funky too, shaking what you got from my mama. Well, come and join us, won't you please? Get up off your funky knee. Come and join us, won't you please, baby? Get up off your funky knee. Come and join us, won't you please? Get up off your funky knees. 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 There's a whole lot to learn from the food to the music. It might be all you think of, but there's just one thing that pales from all the rest. It's gonna float your period, make your heart beat out of your chest. Miss Louisiana, you shake what your mama gave you so well. Miss Louisiana, sugar whoop my heart, show me a whole new world. Well, she might be a New Orleans lady or a new Iberian queen, a Karen Crow princess, a pretty girl from Rover Lane. But it don't really matter what parish you stay. You're gonna have swamp water running through your veins. I said, Miss Louisiana, you shake what your mama gave you so well. Miss Louisiana, sugar whoop my heart, show me a whole new world. make your heart beat out of your chest. Well, I said, Miss Louisiana, you shake what your mama gave you so well. Miss Louisiana, sugar work my heart, show me a whole new Miss Louisiana. You shake what your mama gave you so well. Miss Louisiana, sugar work my heart, show me a whole new world. Come on, show me, show me, show me, show me, show me. Miss, I said, Miss.
Johnny and the Mongrels here on KRFC 88.9 FM. Wow, that's great. That's great and funky. Bringing the funk.
We try.
Gonna introduce the band. Johnny Ryan
Hello.
on vocals. Jeff Bostic back there on bass.
Howdy.
Jamie Dunn on guitar.
Hey there.
And Jonas, the funky space cowboy, on keyboards and sax back over there. And Eric Lowe back on drums. So thanks for dropping in this afternoon, guys. Appreciate it.
Our pleasure. Thank you for having us. It's a great opportunity for us.
I'm surprised we had a chance to get you in. You're so busy. You've got all these shows coming up, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But you've got this Louisiana-Colorado connection. Why don't you fill us in a little bit about how that started?
Yeah, just growing up in music with my family and everything, it was always kind of a thing where we would go to Louisiana and Colorado. I grew up in Colorado, but so that influence has always been part of my development as a musician, and it's got its hooks in me pretty good. And I drug a bunch of other people I could find who liked that kind of stuff too, and just built a mercenary band to help me get the music across and build it with my good friend and brother and co-creator Jeff Bostic.
When did you end up in Louisiana? You grew up in Colorado, but you...
Yeah, I went to school down there in college, and then just would go back, and then Jazz Fest every year for probably 18 years in a row. And
what a fantastic time that is, huh?
It's just a pretty magical place. Not that Colorado isn't, because I love Colorado. Yeah. It's my home and love it here. But so there's kind of both influences, but Louisiana and New Orleans, that sound and that feel is definitely kind of infectious to me. So,
were you living in New Orleans, or were you in Baton Rouge? Or?
I was in New Orleans.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, no doubt. All you have to do is go once, and you feel the magic. You know what it's all about: the food, the music, everything, huh? And that's coming through in your music, obviously. What were you listening to when you were growing up?
Oh boy! I mean, my mom was a musician. She was a musician for over 40 years.
What'd she play?
She was in a rock and roll band, and the lead singer, and so back then when she had to learn a song, she'd go buy the record and listen to it all day long. So I just had these influences all the time. So it was everything from Otis Redding to the Stones to, everything in the 70s and 80s and
classic rock.
Yeah, classic rock, and then just starting to branch out into what I really started to like. Like now it's like Mark Broussard and J.J. Gray, and
we just had
Mo
him
Farrell.
here not too long ago.
Yeah,
what a great
we got to
musician
open
and
for
guy
Mark.
he is.
Yeah, that was really fun at Washington. So that's kind of where my influences are.
All right. Well, you guys have a fairly new album, Magnolia and Pine, came out late last year, late summer last year, 2022, and then of course Creole Skies, your first release, and you've got a pretty good pedigree of people who have helped produce and play on that. Looking at Scott Sherrod from the Allman Brothers on both albums, and then also let's see here, I want to get this right, Bill McKay, who's in Derek Truck's band, and also he's in. What am I thinking? He was Leftover Salmon.
Yeah,
he's on Leftover Salmon.
Leftover Salmon. Yeah.
And then Eddie Christmas.
New Orleans Suspects.
New Orleans Suspects. Wow, John Cleary and also some Black Crowes pedigree in there too.
Yeah.
How the heck did you get all those people in to help you out?
Well, we had some pretty good relationships with a producer named Joe Baby Michaels.
Who's produced?
Yeah, and
tons of
he
people
saw
down
us playing at a competition, and he was a judge. And after the show, he's like, "Hey, I want to produce your next record." And I'm like, "I don't know who this guy is," right? He's like, "Hey, yeah, that's cool. I'm a producer too." Cool, you know. But he handed me his card, and so I took it and
checked him out.
The next day, I looked him up and was like, "Oh, okay."
Nice
Immediately
studio.
called him and we started to set up these writing sessions and things, and he just has a lot of people that he knows and connected us with a lot of different producers and artists, and so that's kind of how that kind of came to be.
Amazing. Well, that's good. It comes through on the sound. I know that we're playing the heck out of Magnolia and Pine, and it actually was a top spin for us here a couple months ago. So
yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for sharing our...
You guys are going to be at the Music Roots Project down in Boulder on July 14th, and also the 15th at Lost Lake. I assume opening for 89 Volt?
Yeah, we're opening for 89 Volt, yep,
And
on the
Denver?
15th.
And that should be a great show, too. 89 Volt's
Yeah.
fun
Yeah,
guy,
he's
fun
blowing
guy.
up right now, so we're excited to be part of that
Excellent.
show.
And then you hop on down to New Orleans and tour Louisiana and Florida a little bit. July 21st at the Maple Leaf Bar in New Orleans, and the 23rd and 25th at the Paradise Bar and Grill in Pensacola, Florida. And then scoot back over on the 28th to Le Bon Temps Roulé in New Orleans. And 29th and 30th at 90. I'm not familiar with. Is that a venue?
It's called 3090. It's on
okay.
it's on Frenchman Street in New Orleans,
Oh,
which
okay.
is an amazing street in New Orleans with just music venues as far as I can see.
All right, sounds like a wonderful time. We'll talk a little bit more about when you get back to Colorado after that too later. But let's see, Mama Said is the next one. Which album's that off of now?
Mama Said is on our first record,
Creole
Creole
Skies.
Skies. Yeah, this song is a tribute to my mama, as I was saying before. She taught me everything I know, so I wrote her a song, and she's actually on the very first part of the track. If you listen to the record, she's on the track telling me to come on inside for dinner.
All right, little Johnny and the Mongrels on Live at Lunch.
Mama said, sing loud, sing proud, give 'em all that you got. Mama said, sing loud, sing proud, give 'em all that you got. My mama slaved every day to put food in my hand. She never wavered in the struggle, taught me to be a good loving man. Sacrificed everything for my brother and me. Said only love can conquer all, that's what she taught me to see. Mama said, sing loud, sing proud, give 'em all that you got. Mama said, sing loud, sing proud, give 'em all that you got. Mama said, sing loud, sing proud, give 'em all that you got. Mama said, sing loud, sing proud, give 'em all that you got. You're gonna be somebody, that's what my mama would say. Gonna see your name in lights, only this I truly pray. You make me proud, baby boy, that's what my mama would say. The way you sing on that stage, all your heart you give away. Mama said, sing loud, sing proud, give 'em all that you got. Mama said, sing loud, sing proud, give 'em all that you got, Jane. And now it's a new day and I'm living my dreams. And I can say for a fact, I know everything that means. You gotta live what you love, gotta love how you live. You only get one shot, y'all, so give all you got to give. Mama said sing loud, sing proud, give them all that you got. Mama said sing loud, sing proud, give them all that you got. Mama said sing loud, sing proud, give them all that you got. Mama said sing loud, sing proud, give them all that you got, yeah.
Johnny and the Mongrels here on KRFC's Live at Lunch. Yeah, Mama should be proud of that one. Right?
Do you think my mom liked that song?
So is your mom still around?
Yeah, she is. She still lives down in the house I grew up in Denver.
All right, that's excellent. So you got to be looking forward to the tour of Louisiana, that's for sure, obviously with the roots down there and everything. But what's some of your favorite places you played down there?
Oh my gosh. Well, you mentioned the Maple Leaf. That's like our home away from home. We always get to play there. We're very, very fortunate to get to play that place. It's world famous, history, a lot of history in that place. So that's really one of our favorite places to play. We're getting to play a couple new places this year, like LBT they call it, and 3090.
It's new to you.
So yeah, we're just excited about this trip to finally get to share the record with as
everybody,
many people as we can. So
speaking of that, are you working on a new one already?
Well, we're always in writing, like individually writing sessions and stuff. We actually just talked about that the other day. We need to hunker down and get on the next record.
Start getting some music down, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Jamie Dunn, how you doing?
Good.
We'll get you on the mic here.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. And I just wanted to touch base with you a little bit. Obviously, a big part of the band. And do you just play with Johnny and Mongrels, or are you also doing some other bands?
I play with a lot of bands across the Front Range. I guess the other original ones that you guys might play on your show would be the Drunken Hearts.
Uh-huh.
Played on that new record as well, the Reckless Ways of Living, and then I also play with the Cass Clayton band quite a bit.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. She's another amazing vocalist.
Were
I'm
you
spoiled.
playing with Cass when you guys did the show down at Cervantes?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Double down.
There was a lot of people on stage at that on both bands. So.
And Taylor Scott, from Taylor Scott Band, he kind of co-writes and produces her band. He's
playing
MD.
with Los Lobos right now, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
What's that tonight?
Yeah,
Actually.
yeah.
Los Lobos. Go early. Oh wait, this is gonna air later on.
So, what were you listening to growing up?
Oh man, everything. I grew up just south of Denver with Eric, our drummer back here as well. But grew up playing to and listening to everything. I guess the first thing, like he said, the hooks that got me. It starts with classic rock, and then it just kind of branched out from there. Heavy metal stuff. I studied classical music and jazz a little bit.
In college or high school? College,
Yep.
huh?
Yep. And then, similar. Once I went down to New Orleans once, it was kind of game over after that. And
All it takes. One time.
yeah, so it's been a lot of Jazz Fest since. He and I have attended a lot together. We got to do a late night at Jazz Fest with the Mongrels, so that was a really special, full circle moment, it felt like. But everything from, I guess if you're talking New Orleans music, you got like the Meters and, like he said, John Cleary and James Booker. And Eric and I probably saw Galactic 100 times when we were between 16 and 20.
George Porter Jr.'s actually got a brand new one out too. So
Oh, yeah, he's
I'd listen
the
to
best.
good album.
Yep.
All kinds of people on there.
Yep. But all that stuff soaked in for sure. It's that certain flavor, whether it's the the Meters funk or the Zydeco music, all that stuff is so, like he said, it's infectious. Brass band, all that stuff just gets in your
So many
blood.
influences. It's not one style or sound. It's about 5 or 6 different genres, melted together.
And that's funny because it's like ironic that the band, the Mongrels, because that's kind of how we all are really, any one of us are into all kinds of different stuff. If I told you all the concert tickets I had for the rest of the year, it's pretty strange.
And that's Colorado too, I think. And
totally.
We all love all
Yep.
kinds of music,
Yep.
all genres. Well, I'm gonna touch base with my buddy back there, Jeff Bostic. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
All right. You've played with, you're a journeyman yourself. You've played with a lot of people in the Front Range, and I know you were with Wooleye for a while. I don't know if you're still jamming with those guys or not, but
it's not. It's currently not happening. So I don't know if it will reconvene or not. But we're just not doing anything at the moment.
I think these guys are keeping you busy enough.
I agree. Yeah, this is my passion project for sure.
What else you been up to?
I mean, I do a lot of writing and home recording. I'm playing in a band with Jonas, actually. Jonas and the Midnight Wranglers. Do some country stuff, and
You've got your own solo album out, or EP.
I do, yep. And I mean, Blender Cats back in the day, but right now I'm really focused on this project, and I'm writing with a buddy, Michael Elick, as well, looking at doing a duo record. But this is my main focus right now, for sure. I like playing the bass, and I like the way they let me play the bass. So.
Funky.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let's get back into a couple more here. I know that you're going to play Music Man and Treme Skies. Creole Skies, I'm sorry. Although Treme Skies would be fun, too.
That would be pretty, that might be a new song.
All right. Johnny and the Mongrels.
Yes, sir. This is a song of tribute to Professor Longhair called Music Man. Space Cowboy. Now I was feeling lonely, like a box juice for a man. Then I remember the story that makes the feeling, and I love Music Man. Oh, I love Music Man. 'Cause when there's soul music going on, then you can do no wrong. Well, I remember when I first played music, just trying to mess around. It wasn't nothing like JJ, but it took me off the ground. I love Music Man. Cause when there's swamp music going on, then you can do no wrong. Come on, Mr. James Dunn. Then turn right back around. I love Music Man. Oh, I love Music Man. 'Cause when there's swamp music going on, then you can do no wrong. Well, sometimes they play the blues, and then we bring the funk. It's right on top of that soul that grooves you till you're drunk. I love Music Man. When the blues music going on, then you can do no wrong. Give me something, James. Yeah.
Follow your heart, boy. That's the right thing. Live your dreams, that's what they say. But my whole life was waking up each day, well afraid to ever move away. Oh, Creole Skies, well I'm on my way. Under Creole Skies, I'm leaving now, but my heart will stay. Looking for answers, and now I'm turning the page. Oh, but fear of change never goes away. Oh no. You got to use the key now and open up the door. Well, make your move. What you waiting for? Yeah, what you waiting for? Creole Sky. Well, I'm on my way. Under Creole Sky. Leaving now, but my heart will stay. Easy
Johnny and the Mongrels here on KRFC's Live at Lunch. I'd like to remind everybody watching today that you can always go to our RadioVision KRFC YouTube channel, where videos of all past, present, and future shows will be. And there's a subscribe tab on there, and if you subscribe to it, every week you'll get a notation and a notification of what the artist will be that coming week. And that's a great way to support KRFC and the musicians. I want to speak a little bit with Jonas, the Space Cowboy.
Hey now.
Wearing a baseball hat instead of a cowboy hat, but he's a Space Cowboy hat. So, got your mic there? All right. First thing I want to say is you look like you're built as a drummer, not a keyboardist and a sax player. How'd that happen?
There you go. My dad was a drummer, so.
Did you start out playing drums?
Probably when I was like a little baby, yeah, probably. But I started playing like keys and sax kind of when I was like 10 years old about.
Really?
Yeah.
What made you, was parents pushing you, or was this
No,
something
not
you wanted
really.
to do?
I just decided to play. Well, my cousin was playing cello, my cousin Thor, and like I was like, oh, snap, he's playing an instrument, so I should, So then I picked up saxophone basically. Practiced a little bit.
Self-taught, or did you take a lot of lessons?
I went to a few different schools. I went to I studied classical saxophone and like choir and classical music in high school, School of Fine Arts in Birmingham, Alabama, and then went to Berklee School of Music and studied saxophone.
New York?
In Boston, actually. And then just been playing in bands pretty much ever since. And I sing lead. I have my own project. I go by Jonas the Space Cowboy. Yeah. I have a website, jonasthespacecowboy.com. And I have an album. It's like kind of funk and techno stuff.
I can see that. You play with a lot of people, though.
Yeah, I play with a lot of bands. The Lords of Lakewood, the Peach Mountain Shoguns.
Wow.
Hunker Down. I play with Ed and Co. and the Barbecue Playboys. And shout out to Shawarma. I also do like horn arrangements and stuff too for different bands and whatnot.
And you're working on like a solo duo thing now too?
I'm playing a lot solo. I'm playing at a piano bar downtown Denver, Fortissimo's, and then I'm just playing at like ranches and stuff up in the
ski resorts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One busy man.
Boot Grill next Thursday? Cool. All right. Nice.
All right.
Maybe we'll be there next Thursday.
So you say your dad was a drummer. Is he the one that kind of influenced you to get into music?
Yeah, pretty much. Both my folks were country musicians. Played with various country people like Little Jimmy Dickens and Tennessee Ernie Ford.
Wow.
And Junior Brown.
Some
and
big names.
Freddie Fender, yeah.
Wow.
It's a picture of Freddie Fender holding me as a baby. So he's one of my godfathers. So.
Some of that rubbed off on you, apparently.
Yeah.
Except, where did the funk come in?
Funk just came in. It was Parliament, Funkadelic, Tower of Power. I think I first started listening to Hendrix and War. That was like the first stuff that I listened to.
Okay.
And then got into all various things after that.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, you guys are going to be playing August 2nd at the Underground in Dillon and August 5th at the Burn Down in Denver. I'm not familiar with that venue.
It's a brand new place.
Oh,
It's only been open, a couple months.
Burn Down. Where's that? What part of Denver is that in?
It's right downtown Denver, right, James? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
It's a really nice place. I'm kind of
it's brand
surprised
new. I
they
bet
hired
it
us.
is. August 25th at Avogadro's Number right here in Fort Collins, Colorado. And then back September 1st, the Greeley Friday Fest. Oh, they always have a great turnout for those. September 3rd, back here in Fort Collins at Odell Brewing. And then back again on the 18th at Odell Brewing. They like you there, apparently.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
What a great place to perform. Great company. Well, what's the best place for people to get information on Johnny and the Mongrels? Is it just simply johnnyandthemongrels.com?
I mean, that's our main website. Yeah, that's the best place to get all things Mongrels for sure. But we're on all the digital platforms as well that everybody knows nowadays. So.
Spotify, Apple, Amazon.
Yep, all those major platforms.
And so if people want information on upcoming shows, pick up swag, pick up the music, that's the best place to go.
Everything you can ever imagine.
It's right there. Maybe even a date with Johnny.
Well, I have to talk to my wife about that.
She can come along too. All right. Speaking of that, Treme Woman is the next one, right?
It is, and this is before I met my wife, so it's okay to sing it. It's just a whole story about hanging out in the Treme, which is the oldest neighborhood in New Orleans. Just hanging out on the streets, just checking things out, and this pretty girl walked by, and the song got written.
Johnny and the Mongrels on KRC's Live at Lunch.
Day of my life, at least 10 times a day. I thought I found my wife. All this searching can make a grown man cry. You don't miss the water until your well run dry. Oh, pretty Treme woman, won't you come my way? Meet me down on Esplanade. I'll take your worries away. Well, she's got to be sassy, maybe short and lean, long black hair, smoky eyes of green. Hell, I don't care, just as long as she's mine. Gotta find my Treme mama, it's just a matter of time. Oh, pretty Treme woman, won't you come my way? Little Treme mama, well, you're gonna make my day. Meet me down on this Esplanade, I'll take your worries away. Well, come on over here, sugar.
Johnny and the Mongrels here on KRFC's Live at Lunch. Before we get into the last couple tunes, I'd like to thank our fantastic, very professional video crew. The video production is done by Eric Delano and Jeremy Smith, and they both do a fantastic job each week. Also, our crack sound engineers, which would be Colton Boening and Greg Douras, who always do a wonderful job too. Thank you guys. You make Live at Lunch a special show. So I'd like to get in and talk just a little bit with Eric Lowe back there on the drums. And Eric, I guess you grew up with Jamie, it sounds like. You guys must have been playing in bands together.
Yeah, we met in 6th grade. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What school in Denver?
West Middle School.
All right.
Yeah. And I had the
just pups,
pleasure
huh?
of kicking him out of the first band we were in.
Was he too rowdy or what?
No,
It's more like I couldn't play guitar.
6th graders being cruel, and James hadn't gone to the shed. But then he really came out a couple months later and blew our socks off there, and so we begged him to come back.
Guess he showed you, huh?
Yeah.
That's great. What got you into drums?
I don't know. I didn't come from like a musical family per se, but my brother listened to a ton of music of all sorts, and I remember like faking a Guns N' Roses concert at my daycare with my brother. And then I think like it really helped to meet a couple of kids like James in 6th grade that really like propelled me.
Turned you on to some different
and made me go deep. So
yeah. So as far as drums though, was it school that got you into it originally?
Oh yeah, tons of school. Similar to all these guys, I went all the way through college. Performance, I kind of focused on jazz at school, but I was always kind of rocking on the side, and
jazz and classical seem to be like the only music.
And it's very fitting, of course, to like be playing with like the other few people that are like just as into like New Orleans music as I am. So I guess
Well, it's good. It's good to hear some New Orleans music. I have to be honest. Think about it, guys. There's like no Zydeco bands. Yep. In northern Colorado. No. It's difficult to get that New Orleans flavored music up here, so it's great to have you guys in today, obviously.
Start practicing the squeeze box, everybody.
Yeah. We're happy to carry.
We got plenty of fiddle, but we don't have enough Zydeco squeeze box.
Washboard and accordion.
Yep.
So you're gonna leave us today with Shallow Grave and You Ain't Ready. And before we get into it, is there anything you guys would like to mention, and maybe I've forgotten, or maybe you guys we didn't touch base on? I know you have a heck of a lot of shows coming up. Just have everybody check the website, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Avogadros, August 25th.
I think you mentioned
with their brand new stage.
Yeah, we heard about that.
Yeah,
so
I was just over there.
Check that out.
2 days ago. So
yeah, you covered everything, David.
Okay.
What was that Foco mix? That was a great show.
Foco MX. Yeah, we did play that. That was fun.
2011.
Well, just keep applying and
yeah.
Well, thanks, guys. Lead us out today, and it's been great having Johnny and the Mongrels here for KRFC's Live at Lunch.
Tired of feeling this pain. I'm tired of giving it. I remember when I used to know how to win, how to let it go, yeah, before you took me down. I'm a stranger to myself, buried in a shallow grave, trying to find my way out. Stranger to myself, buried in a shallow grave, trying to find my way out. Well, it could take a lifetime, well, to break these chains, and I never let you take from me what still remains. Myself, buried in a shallow grave, trying to find my way out. Stranger to myself, buried in a shallow grave, trying to find my way out. I'll never give up the fight. My heart knows what's right. Share the light. Gotta get back to who I am.
memories away. To keep coming around, trying to get down. Yeah, middle of the night, trying to flip your frown. Why can't you see me? Stranger to myself, buried in a shallow grave, trying to find my way out. Well, my way out. Stranger to myself, buried in a shallow grave, trying to find my way out. Trying to find my way. Stranger to myself, buried in a shallow grave, trying to find my way out. Well, my way out. Stranger to myself, buried in a shallow grave, trying to find my way out.
This next song's called You Ain't Ready. All you funky brothers and sisters out there, shake what your mama gave you. Space Cowboy. Here she comes right on time. Not short on looks, long legs to climb. Music in the way she walks. Hips keep better time than 1,000 clocks. You ain't ready. We all can see that you're not. You ain't ready. She'll wrap you up like a midnight snack. A tattoo dragon running up her thigh. I tell you ain't scared, boy, I know that's a lie. Stiletto heels meant for business. You give 100 days for just one night. You ain't ready. She'll give you all that she got. You ain't ready. You think you are, but you're not, man. Yeah, yeah. You found your way in, but you're down on your knees, yeah. She'll make a grown man cry, got you begging to please, please, please.
Thank you for listening to Live at Lunch, and thank you to the Music District here in the heart of Fort Collins, Colorado. Live at Lunch is produced by KRFC 88.9 FM in the Ginger and Baker studio. If you'd like to appear on Live at Lunch, email our music director, David Vacek, at david@krfcfm.org.